Hey there everybody and welcome to week 3 update of the senior project. Pretty much all the progress we've been doing is getting our characters actually in the game and everything. As you can see, I have 2 models spawned in. The first one's the only one we can really control right now. That's the one I've set up controls for. But we got another camera that'll eventually be able to move with the characters and everything like that. As of right now, it's just stays stationary so we can make sure everything works. Speaking of which, although it does look like the character's moving at like 7 frames per second, that's due to the sprites that I have overlaid on it. So once I actually apply those sprites over the character model, it'll probably and it'll change and and what they do. The character will look a lot more normal than it does now. It's also clipping through the ground due to the size. I enlarged the size of the model overall so that the sprite would fit on it and look normal, but that in turn just made the model bigger without the sprite overlaid on it yet. So I'll have to go back and take a look at how to fix that. But I'm sure I'll get to that with no big issues soon. Speaking of big issues, the main problem that I've come into so far is the spawning of player 2. So they're supposed to spawn to these target points here, right? This is where player 2 is supposed to spawn. That's where player 1 is supposed to spawn. If I move player 1's, he spawns correctly, right? Like you can see that he's closer to player 2 now. Put him here, he's a lot closer to player 2. However, if I move player 2's, it does nothing. It kind of gets us nowhere. Now the whole reason I have player 2 set up is this is the kind of the sequence that spawns the players to target points, and it still works with character 1. So the way it works with character 1 is valid, and the thing is it's set up the exact same way for character 2, but for some reason it does not work. I don't know if it's something with the variable or if it's something with the original spawning. This is how player 2 was originally meant to spawn. It was just set to spawn at a default location, random at this orientation, so it looks like it's facing the right way. And if I kill this event begin play, it won't spawn the actor at all, so the character won't teleport. But for some reason, even after I do this, the character still does not teleport. So I'm not sure if it's just taking too long to teleport, right? Like if I just add maybe a delay here, then it will catch up with itself. But I'm not sure how to tackle that just yet. So I'm going to look back, see if I can look through the stuff that I was watching to set this up in the first place, or just play with it some more to see if I can break it or not, and so we can get player 2 properly spawning where they're supposed to spawning. But next week I hope to have some more visual stuff to show with artwork and things like that. But as of right now, this is what we got. I'll see you next week.